One's religion is a private and deeply important part of their life. If that's the case, then what about our kids? Should we choose a religion for them? Sometimes you'll hear parents say this: his religion will be a big part of his life. That's if he chooses one. So who am I to choose that for him? That should be up to him. It sounds noble, right? And the intention is good. But is that really wise? Is that truly the best parental strategy? Parenting is, at its most basic level, making choices for your children. In fact, the younger your child is, the more choices you make for them. Choices that actively shape the type of adult he or she will become. That's a lot of pressure. You choose their food. Open, say ah. I don't know what it is. That's a good boy. Of course daddy will try it. Oh, it tastes like paste. You choose their clothing. Oh, hold on. You're not leaving my house dressed like... No. You are my daughter, and you are not leaving my house dressed like us. You choose their bedtime. You go to bed at 8 because mommy says so, and because mommy's gotta have her me time, okay? You be quiet up there! This is my time! Good parenting demands that we make all kinds of critical choices for our children. Why? Because some things are too important for them to decide on their own. So why, if we respect the power and priority of religion, would we suddenly change the rules of responsible parenting? Not only is refusing to instill religion at a young age contrary to the logic of responsible parenting, but if you're a person of faith, it's contrary to the tenets of the religion that you're hoping he or she will one day choose for themselves. All major religions, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Mormonism, Jehovah's Witnessism, liberalism, conservatism, basically any ism you can think of, teach that children can and should be taught their truths. In fact, Jesus himself once famously said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Well, Jesus would have been a horrible parent. Likewise, every major religion teaches that faith is not merely a hobby or a thoughtful addition to an adult life. My hobby is gardening. I go to Zumba. I collect figurines. I stare at my neighbors through the windows and make notes of their every move. But a matter of life or death, of eternal consequence. And if that's true, then religion cannot and should not be something ignored by parents. In fact, in the Christian faith, adherents are taught that it's not so much a matter of parents choosing faith for their children, but God, in his sovereignty, choosing his people through their parents. In other words, one of the primary reasons God gave you faith and gave you those children is so that you'd pass that faith on to those children. He gave them to you so that they'd have your eyes, your skin color, your receding hairline, and your religion. Besides, do you know what most adult converts to any religion have in common once they come to faith? They have a shared desire that they would have found it sooner. The hope of faith that they have now, the moral grounding of faith that they have now, the community of faith that they have now would have come in really handy much earlier. According to recent research, a person's moral foundations, their fundamental perspectives on truth, integrity, meaning, justice, and morality, are generally in place by the age of 9. After the first decade of life, humans will refine their views, but rarely make a wholesale change in view. Likewise, the same research found that one's spiritual beliefs are irrevocably formed in the pre-teen years. As one researcher noted, with rare exception, what you believe at 13 is what you believe on the day that you die. So maybe by not making a choice about your child's spirituality, you are in fact making a choice about your child's spirituality. If you do decide to raise your child in faith, here are 3 simple tips for nurturing it. First, pray together. Make use of everyday recurring moments like mealtime and bedtime as moments to pause and focus on your faith. Second, worship together. Find a church that you and your children enjoy and become regulars. Define regular. You're talking just Christmas and Easter, right? Third, discuss faith. Talk about what you believe. Be open with your kids about your desire for them to live out their faith as adults. Discuss issues of right and wrong, of mercy and grace, and do so in the context of your religion. Nurturing faith is a lot like gardening. Your job is not to make it grow. God does that. Your task is to water it, to care for it, and to do little things that encourage it. But don't be fooled. If you expect there to be a harvest in the future, you should probably plant that seed today.